Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the What Would Reddit Do podcast. As always, I'm your host, Bronte, and I'm joined by my co host, Sophia
Hello.
and Lexi.
Hello.
And we're going to switch it up a little bit today, so no sponsored segment today, but we're going to hand over to Sophia to share some stories with us, and then Lexi and I will give our opinions and blindly react to them. And the theme of the stories that Sophia is bringing to us today are all dating stories.
So this is coming from r/dating hell posted 30 days ago.
Nice and new.
Yeah, nice and new. And the title is His Crazy Ex Became My Friend and Then I Learned the Truth.
Ooh.
Very fun.
I don't know if that's going to be very fun. Let's find out.
Okay. Over a year ago, I started dating a guy I actually knew from grade school. He had moved away years before, but one day Instagram suggested his account to me. He had such a unique name that I knew it had to be him. So I reached out. We started talking constantly, and after about 3 weeks, we went on our first date. A planetarium date that honestly felt straight out of a movie. It was romantic, sweet, and I really thought I had met someone special. A week later, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes. I fell hard and fast. Before I met him, my faith was a huge part of my life. I chose to get baptized when I got confirmed in 8th grade, and I had always wanted to wait until marriage. That mattered deeply to me. But about a month into the relationship, he started bringing up sex. I was conflicted because I loved him and trusted him, and he kept reassuring me that he had never been with anyone before either. He told me we were in love and that everything would be okay. Eventually, I gave in. The night afterwards, I went home and cried myself sick because I felt so guilty and overwhelmed.
They only know each other, or like they're only dating a month.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's definitely not enough time to give yourself the time to change your choice. Yep.
Yeah. A month later, I brought up this gut feeling I had that he wasn't actually telling me the truth about being a virgin. I told him honestly that if he had been with someone before, I could handle the truth, but lying would hurt far worse. He looked at me in the eyes and swore I was his first. As time went on, I started struggling emotionally with everything that had happened. I tried talking to him about the guilt and confusion I was feeling because I genuinely had nobody else to talk to. Instead of comforting me, he got angry and accused me of saying I regretted being with him. But I didn't regret him. I regretted how painful and complicated everything felt afterwards. Fuck, sex ruins everything, I swear to God. Later on, I went on Accutane, which meant I legally had to use 2 forms of protection. One time he told me he ran out and asked me to risk it just this once. After that, he stopped buying protection altogether.
No.
Looking back now, I realized how wrong that was, but the sad truth is, intimacy became the only time I really felt loved by him. So I kept going along with it even though I was terrified. The relationship slowly became full of anxiety instead of love and became very toxic as I continually voiced my concerns and asked him to get it, and I offered to even pay for it. He never brought me flowers even though he knew no one had ever before. That sounds small, but it mattered to me. Then we went long distance, and after I had a pregnancy scare a few weeks later, he basically implied that I might have cheated on him. We got into a huge fight and he broke up with me. 2 days later, he posted romantic pictures with another girl in another country. I was destroyed. I genuinely thought I was going to marry this man.
Sorry, pause for the what?
Yeah,
That's insane.
that's crazy.
But I'm not even surprised hearing that.
I'm not.
No, this dude's terrible.
Months later, after never getting closure, I became desperate for answers. Throughout our entire relationship, he constantly talked about his crazy ex. Eventually, I reached out to her. She wasn't crazy at all. She was honestly one of the sweetest people I had ever met. Never trust a man that says their ex is crazy.
Never, ever
Never.
trust a man who says their ex is crazy.
Never. We ended up getting coffee and talked for hours. We are actually friends now because we realized we both went through the exact same manipulation from him. And then I found out the truth. I was not his first. Not even close. Worse than that, after we slept together for the first time, he went to see his friends and joked, "Guess she's not a Christian anymore."
Oh my
Oh.
god.
That sentence shattered something in me, and also that he lied to me every time he saw me for 8 months and everything we did. I also realized almost everything in our relationship had been recycled from his ex. Same places, same dates, same shows, same experiences. He even asked me to be his girlfriend in the same place where he had broken up with her. What? What?
This guy.
That's crazy.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I later found out he slept with multiple girls while abroad too, and there was probably an overlap while we were still together. He's still dating the second girl now, and his family even takes her on vacations. I even got a nasty message from her at one point.
Oh, she crazy.
Yeah, she is.
That one's actually crazy. There's honestly so much more I could unpack, but the thing I can't move past in this, I have to live with him being my first forever.
It's alright, you'll forget it.
You will.
Because of how important my faith was to me, I feel devastated that someday when I get married, I won't be able to give my future husband the thing I always wanted to save. I know God forgives people, I know that logically, but I genuinely cannot forgive myself. I feel so ashamed that I can barely even step into church anymore. How do you move on to something like this, especially when you feel like someone manipulated something sacred to you and turned it into a joke? I genuinely need advice because this has been eating me alive. I feel like it's so sad because the one thing that she wanted to save, he basically, she feels like she has nothing left to give now to her future husband, which is so sad.
He stole it from her.
Yeah. And what's even worse is that it's an evil man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I just, like, a month is way too soon to know that you love someone, let alone to make the decision to give up, like, the one thing that is really morally important to you. And obviously, it means so much to you if you're this upset about it. But I will say, well, nothing's her fault and she shouldn't feel bad about it. I will say, when she does end up finding someone that she loves and falls in love with, she won't be bothered about this anymore because she'll have all these other first experiences that she gets to have with this person that are way more important than that anyway.
Yeah.
And it might even make her wedding night better because she doesn't have to go through the, like, scary and all the pain and all this sort of stuff of having sex for the first time. She can actually just enjoy spending time with her husband, even if they still wait till marriage. One other thing I want to say is she can be rebaptized if she wants to be born again.
Yeah.
Then she can be a born again Christian and then feel a lot closer to it again.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like it's so upsetting that at the end, after all of it, she's like obviously still learning herself, even though she understands that she was manipulated, and then to not be able to go, even to walk back into church because of how gross she feels. But yeah, probably being rebaptized
would
be such a good idea.
It's just sad that it resulted in her losing her safe
Her own-
space and something that is so important to her, who she
like
is as a
her own,
person.
her own faith,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we all have something.
So the top comment is, "You sound like a lovely, kind, and good person. I was in a similar situation to you when I was younger. The whole point of Christianity is our mistakes can be forgiven, and your mistakes, even though it might feel really big to you, in the grand scheme of a mistake, it's not. Go to church, hold your head high, and good luck." So the next comment is, "Sexual shame is a real thing, and it's a real thing that a lot of people with religious backgrounds suffer from. Generally speaking, even though people who will wait until marriage and have sex can find it very hard to get over the feeling of sexual shame, as you've been told all their lives to wait. But even with waiting, it still feels wrong, as it always been a don't do this attitude. It's hard to let go of that. You're not alone, and there's a lot of resources out there. The most important thing is giving yourself grace and being kind to yourself. You may want to consider therapy if you can afford it. And then she listed a few different articles to help her.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, this story is coming from r/dating, and it was posted 5 days ago.
Ooh, very new.
Right. The title is Being Single is Exhausting. 31 female, and I've been single for many years. I got my heart utterly shattered last. Okay, if she's been single for many years, how'd you get your heart shattered last year?
Yeah.
The fuck? I got my heart utterly shattered last year, and I'm trying hard to find someone, but it's all so exhausting because I'm doing things I don't want to do just to get out in the open to expose myself to people. I'm going to events, walks, hikes, picnic, trivia, and all these social things while also having to look around the whole time for guys I might be interested in. It's exhausting. All I want to do is go home after work, cook dinner, watch a show, play my games, and do my usual stuff without having to constantly look for events and gatherings in my town. It's so exhausting, but there's no other way for me to meet guys. Not to mention that while I've been doing this, the last few weeks that I've actively been making an effort to expose myself, I only have seen one decently looking guy. I embarrassed myself because as he was leaving after our little chat, I called after him before he left, and I ran up to him and asked if he was single, and he said no. I felt like crying.
Damn, she's doing too much.
She is. She's doing too much. So this story is coming from r/text and posted 2 years ago.
Ooh, old.
Oh, yeah.
The title is First Date, Guy Sends Me This After. So this is a text chain that I'm going to be reading. So let's get into the story now, guys. This is what the date started the text off with. Did I crash and burn? Question mark.
Cute, fun.
Could you pass on my number to the girl with the machete? Huh?
What?
I'm literally serious that says that.
Okay, keep reading. We're missing some context.
Okay. OP responded with, well, I wasn't sure if maybe it was just nerves. I prefer my partners a little less uncouth. Date responded with, okay, thanks for giving me a shot. OP, sorry, I hope you find your person. Pro tip, telling your date how many homeless women you have had sex with isn't really a first date conversation.
Ew.
I consider myself extremely sex positive, but it made me feel devalued and disrespected. Date, yeah, sorry for sharing. OP, sharing is a bit generous for a word for that. Date, oversharing question mark, TMI. OP, you seem cool, just maybe slow down a lot.
A lot.
Not even a little, a lot.
Date, look, I knew right away I didn't have a chance, but I still enjoyed meeting you. OP, hit the brakes. I've been with people 5 years before they felt comfortable hearing about me being attracted to someone else real time. You had a chance, you're cute, nice eyes, but you really put your faults in front and center. You didn't give me a chance to connect. Now, Date sent 2 photos. First one is a quote saying 2 things I'll never forget. The way you looked at me for the first time and the last time. That's the first photo.
That's kind of sad, okay.
Second one is a meme. A meme, right? And it says, him. I try to talk and she just mumbles and throws up gang signs. Her signals I'm deaf. Oh, that's it. That's the end.
I have so many thoughts on this.
That's
First of all, I
random.
like that she was straight up like, I'm not interested, and here's why. I think that she was a little bit a lot in the messages. Like, if you don't like this guy, that's fine. If you want to tell him why you don't like him, that's also fine. But some of the things she said was like, okay.
Yeah.
I would like to know the context of why having sex with all these homeless women came up in conversation.
Right.
Did he say it like,
Yeah.
I'm a charitable person? Or did he say it to brag? Like, I don't understand.
Like doing the homeless women a favor? Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, like in what context?
Yes.
Please.
But
What is
but
going
also
on?
another thing, the girl with the machete.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
It
must have been an inside
It must
joke.
have been a joke in reference to the date that they
It
had.
must have been,
Yeah.
an inside joke.
That's crazy. Or did like the homeless girl have a machete? Like I'm so confused. That's crazy.
That was a funny one.
But do you know what? Props on him for going, I crashed and burned, didn't I?
Yeah.
He
acknowledged
realized,
it.
he realized he fucked him.
I do feel
Yeah.
bad, but I'm also glad that he was able to have a like somewhat normal conversation with her afterwards and not just like get upset and call her a fat ugly bitch that no one wanted anyway.
Yeah.
The memes were confusing.
Yeah, that's a bit funny, but yeah. That's good.
Maybe they'll end up being great friends.
Yeah. Who knows? And watch this space.
Yeah.
So this story is coming from r/dating stories, and this was posted 20 days ago.
Nice.
So another recent one. Loving it. Okay. The title is I Dated a Pedophile by Accident.
I would hope it was by accident and not on purpose.
Yeah. Okay, so story time. I was a 22-year-old woman 2 years ago, and at the time I was looking for a sugar daddy. Is this about me? Is this about me?
Like, this is you from the future.
Okay. I was looking for a sugar daddy on Hinge. To my surprise, I found one. Let's call him Rich.
Of course.
Rich had 2 kids. At first, they were really sweet, but as the months went on, they became more comfortable and started treating me poorly.
Oh.
And not listening, legitimately took one of my shirts and made it her profile picture on Instagram, and that's how I found out she took my shirt. They barely listened to Rich either, which should have been one of my first red flags. The children were between the ages of 10 and 13. Rich had no parental control over them. They lived off Cheetos and their iPad. I'm not exaggerating, we were only together for about 5 months. In the last month, I found out. While we were having sex, we interlocked hands, and I will never forget the moment, but he goes, "Wow, such sexy 13-year-old hands!" What? What? There's no fucking way.
Straight to jail. Straight
to
to
his
jail.
kid or to her?
To
To
her.
her. To her.
While they're being intimate.
13-year-old
Specifically
hands.
the age of his kid. Scary.
Ugh,
That is
no.
actually disgusting.
Straight to jail.
Yuck! Yuck. Okay. I immediately stopped everything and I told him what the F was that. And this man is dumbfounded as to why I reacted the way I did, which is honestly even more appalling. So I decided to spring into action. After that, I decided to look up his name because, me being the little detective that I am, I was in his office with him one day sitting on his lap so he couldn't see my eyes, and how I was searching for mail for his middle name. Then boom, there was a piece of mail left on his desk. I looked it up. It was the first thing that came up. Another thing I like to add, he was deemed too weak to be in general population in prison or he'd likely be killed. Prisoners don't fuck with pedophiles. So he had to be on house arrest. I still have no idea how he has kids, considering you're a convicted pedophile when you take them to school. I always wondered about that after. But he was convicted in the 90s because he signed off on a package that was sent to his house and it contained pre-teen pornography.
Okay. That makes obviously
More
not okay,
sense.
but it makes more sense as to why he still has, well,
His
currently
kids.
has custody of his children.
Yeah.
Also, he was convicted in the 90s before he had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, like, it's kind of hard to intervene afterwards.
But the fact that he's still making comments like that, high chance he's still doing that.
1,000%, but I'm more worried about his kids that
His
are in the
kids.
house.
But you know what's crazy? The fact that he specifically said an age of his kid.
Yeah.
Child.
That's
It's
disgusting.
scary.
That's
It's really
disgusting.
scary.
You don't go around to anyone saying what sexy 13-year-old hands.
No.
But
no.
during sexual activity, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Like that's like a whole nother ball game.
But there's so many lines, right? Like, even if someone said to me, "Oh, I like dating girls who look really innocent," no, because that's just another way of saying a child.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other reason to use that wording. Like, no one uses the word innocent unless it's for a child.
Yeah.
So nasty.
Or if someone's in court. But
Yeah.
It's like so nasty. Like
Straight to
that.
jail.
But
so the fact that it was so blatant as well, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even him trying to be subtle.
I know. But another thing you also have to consider about, yeah, he got convicted in the 90s, but people like this don't break out of that cycle. They really don't.
It's a mental illness.
Even if they got the help they needed, it would still be on the back of their mind no matter what. It's it's just
it's their brain. Like, you can't change it.
It's like, yeah, it's literally a sick thing.
And that's why they should all be castrated.
Yeah. Like, that is crazy.
Okay, thank you for joining us for another episode of What Would Reddit Do? As always, let us know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments, and we hope that you join us next week for another episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.